Hello, everybody! It's All Things Thursday, and I'm so excited for today's lesson. Let's go ahead and look at our calendar. Here's what we've got. So far we've done Math Monday, Artistic Tuesday, Writer Wednesday, and today, All Things Thursday. And it says, cut out apples for each member in your family to make a family tree. Okay, so we're going to go and find that page. It looks like this, and it says, my family tree. I'm going to write my name. I'm going to write it on this line. Okay, and this is an empty tree. Well, what's going to go on this tree? Well, we got to turn the page to this one here because this page, you're going to use scissors to cut it out. Okay, at the end. What we're going to start with is we can notice that there are a lot of apples here. A lot of apples. And on the side, these are names of family members, okay? People in our family. So we'll start at the top. Mom, dad, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece, cousin, grandma, grandpa, okay? Those are just some names of some people in your family. If you want to write your brother or your sister's real name, go for it. Okay, absolutely. And don't forget your name in the family tree as well, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take that name and we're going to write it on the dashed line of an apple. Okay, we write it above the dashed line, and then this empty space down here, you're going to draw a picture of that family member's face. Okay, so that we can remember all the people in our family and what they look like. Okay, if you need help remembering what someone in your family looks like, ask mom or dad for a picture of them and use that to draw. Okay. You might notice on this list that a cat or dog or fish or whatever pet you have at home is not on that list. Well, Mr. Simonson takes his pets as family members. I treat them like they're my family members. I take care of them and I love them just as much as my family members. So I would do an apple for my cat Nala. I would do an apple for my dog Axel. I would do one for my fish. Okay? We can do lots of different things, okay, for people in our family, what we consider our family. So after we do our name on the line and a picture of the family, and we use mountaintop work to color it in, mountaintop work is 4 or more colors to show enough detail, right? We don't just scribble. We're in kindergarten. So we're going to take that, we cut out the apple, and then we are going to glue it or tape it onto this part of the tree, okay? So you get to decide who you want for your family tree. It could be people in your house. It could be people who are not living in your house, who are still part of your family. Whatever you choose, let me know by taking a picture of it and sending it to Mr. Simonson, and I would love to see what you've got. Or send it to your teacher, Mrs. Mack, Mrs. Klimke, whoever, and let us see your family trees. All right, coming up next is our story time for today. And don't forget to look for Mr. Simonson's gardening update video. I can't wait to show you all the things that are growing in my garden.
Story time today. We're going to read a story called How to Grow Happiness, a Jerome the Gnome adventure. Warble flew through the Garden of Wonder into Jerome's open window. I brought you something special today, she chirped. Chirp, 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 chirp. Jerome examined the tiny black seed resting on the window ledge. What kind of seed is that? Asked the curious inventor. Warble smiled proudly. It's a seed of happiness, she declared. Jerome, being a collector of treasures and trinkets, was very interested. He reached for a glass jar on the shelf and emptied the contents into his hand. I'll trade you this bit of red yarn for that seed, he said to his small friend. Warble looked pleased. That yarn will be perfect for my spring nest, she sang. Thank you. She scooped up the new treasure and flew away. Jerome dropped the seed into an empty jar. He sat at his table waiting to feel happy. When nothing happened, he tapped impatiently on the glass. Ting, ting, ting. Still nothing. Jerome became frustrated and shook the jar. A tiny seed bounced up and down, but Jerome didn't feel a hint of happiness. He turned to Oki, his pet acorn. I think Warble gave me a broken seed, he grumbled. A broken seed? Where? Said Matilda as she burst through the front door. Beamer the robot followed close behind. Jerome showed his jar with the seed inside to his friends. It's not broken, said Beamer. He pointed to the solar panel. It just needs a little sun to work, like me. He could be right, said Squirrel. Jerome agreed. He took his jar outside, placed the seed on a rock in the hot sun, and counted to 10. He sighed loudly. I'm still not feeling happy. Neither am I, snapped Sir Surly. You woke me up from my nap, and that seed of yours is getting too hot. It needs water. Of course, Jerome said to the turtle. Why didn't I think of that? He tossed the seed into the pond. Good heavens, said Sherwin Wigglesworth, inching his way towards the shore. Boing, boing, boing. Not that much water. The worm climbed up on the rock. I know a thing or two about gardening, he boasted. Your seed needs dirt, but not just any dirt. Dirt with eggshells, coffee grounds, and banana peels. Jerome smirked. Who knew a little seed could eat so much? He fished the seed out of the pond, then covered it with dirt and his morning trash. Aroma joined the circle of friends. What's everyone looking at? She asked. Warble gave Jerome a broken seed of happiness and we're trying to fix it, Matilda explained to the skunk. We've tried sun, said Beamer. And water, said Sir Surly. And dirt, said Sherwin. But I still don't feel very happy, Jerome complained. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling angry with Warble for taking my red yarn and giving me a worthless seed. Oh dear, whimpered Aroma, accidentally spraying her scent. Aroma didn't care for unpleasant situations. They made her nervous. Glinda, the butterfly fairy, fluttered over to the troubled group. You all forgot something important, she chimed in. What's that? Asked Jerome, feeling more discouraged than ever. Love! The best things always grow from love, she said, disappearing over the bramble bush. Jerome thought about what Glinda said. He suddenly felt compassion for the tiny, helpless seed, who must be feeling lonely buried beneath the heap of dirt and trash. I'll be right back, he told his friends. Jerome returned with a jar filled with his favorite stones. He placed the stones around his makeshift garden. There, Jerome smiled. I must admit, I'm feeling a teensy bit happy. Jerome tended to his seed every day, making sure it got just the right amount of sun, water, food, and love. He watched a short green sprout grow into a long green vine. As the vine grew, and his happiness grew, and grew, and grew, until one day... Friends! Jerome called out cheerfully. Come quickly! Jerome's friends gathered around him. Look, he exclaimed, pointing to his garden. The tiny black seed had grown into giant green watermelons. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Jerome apologized to Warble. It's okay, said the bird. Sometimes growing happiness takes a little hard work and patience. And sun, and water, and dirt, and love. Don't forget the love. The friends laughed and enjoyed a summer picnic in the Garden of Wonder. They each went home that day with their own seeds of happiness. The end.